What's up, everybody? This is Tempest. I'll be talking about my newly patented Evelynn build. As you know, we're on the 4.13 patch, which means Evelynn kind of took a hit. They made her Q scale better with AP and AD, but it doesn't do as much base damage. So you either have to be really tanky and do zero damage, or not as tanky and do more damage. Um, I think about Evelynn, I don't really think of her as a tank that just kind of sticks on you and does nothing. She's like an assassin, so yeah, she's got to be a little squishier, and as long as she's belting out damage with her Q, I think that's where I think that's where the direction she needs to go in my opinion. I mean, there's obviously multiple ways to build her. So my build is kind of an AD AP hybrid. I still believe that the best starting item to get on her is Spear of the Elder Lizard, and that's because of a couple things. It gives her some attack damage, which, if you think about it, this was the only offensive item that people would really get on her before they changed her, and they didn't change her base damage on her autos. I think this is still an important item to get, so that way when you use your E and you get attack speed, you can cruise through the jungle faster or hit people faster or do more damage. And then of course it does the burn on spells, so her Q will do like a constant burn, which is really good. So I still believe this is the best way. This is the best thing to get. And then you're still going to want to be kind of tanky, so a great item for her is Rylai's Crystal Scepter. They recently changed this so that it gives you more ability power and less health, which it still gives you a fair amount of health. And it'll slow. The slow on her Q is really good. I've tried this out on several occasions. So not only does Evelynn's W give her a speed up, but if she's constantly slowing them with her Q, then she can stick on them really fast, and then her ult also slows. So yeah, I used to substitute this with Frozen Mallet, but I believe that AP items on her are arguably better. So in conjunction with that, the Leandry's Torment. So it gives you Magic Pen, which is why I would build her mostly with AP items. And then also the unique passive that does damage over time, which is like another burn. So you're burning with this, you're burning with the Elder Lizard. You're just putting them in a world of hurt. That's why I like this item on her. It's also somewhat tanky. It's 300 health, 50 ability power. It's more about the utility, I guess, than the actual stats. But it's just another good AP off tank item that I would get on her. All right, and then the next two items cover your armor and your MR. So it's not going to be as much tankiness as you're used to, but I believe Iceborne Gauntlets is a solid armor item. I think people previously got Randuin's, but and that's good. It's great. I just thought that the active on that, I'm pretty sure they nerfed it, and it's a little redundant because her ult essentially does a similar AOE slow effect. I realize that Randuin's is slightly different, but I think this is better because it's built out of a sheen. So when you use your Q, you're basically procking your sheen all the time because you're queuing like every 2 seconds. And I forget what the cooldown is on sheen, but it's not as slow as that, but you're basically going to proc it like every other time you queue, and then you're going to auto them and you're going to slow them, and it's going to do an AOE slow. So that's really great. And if you're like chasing someone down, you're slowing them with Rylai's, you're slowing them with this, you're burning them with two items. You have armor. You even have cooldown reduction. So honestly, this is and it gives you mana, which Evelynn isn't terribly mana dependent. She can regen really fast when she's stealth, but this will just help if when you're spamming your Qs, you won't run out as fast. And then Banshee's Veil, this is like your one tank, your one like solely tank item. Just because if you're cruising down mid lane, you can just breeze through a Caitlyn trap, no problem. If Sona ults you, you can just say, yeah, fuck that, I'm not dancing. Um, it's just a solid item on Evelynn in general. I always got it when you could just build her pretty much complete tank. That's because it gives you health MR, and then the obviously the spell shield is really good. Then as far as boots are concerned, I would either get Swifties or Moby boots. I like Swifties because you're always fast, so even if you're in combat, you can still chase easier. Whereas in Mobies, you can clear the jungle faster. But I think Swift is the way to go. So yeah, that's my new Evelynn build. Oh, runes and masteries. As far as they go, I would do. I mean, I have a jungle mastery page, but for runes, I would use AP runes. I can go to my rune page. I'm doing AP runes so that it's a primarily AP build. So yeah. Except for the elder lizard is primarily for the burn and just so that her base damage is slightly higher. So it's this one. So I have ability power, Quince, seals of armor, glyphs of magic resist, and then armor pen. Oh yeah, this is important too. I have it's magic pen marks, which is gonna do a lot more damage with her constant queuing and Leandries on top of that. So yeah, that's my Evelynn build, and Tempest out.